All right, live again. Seems like I'm live all the time these days. Let me just get the Instagram stream going so I can have it all going at once. We can get it on. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Friday. Made it through another week, which makes me very happy. And in case you've never seen one of these things before, it is an AMA. The AMA stands for Ask Me Anything. And I think Nick's going to join me in a second. We're gonna definitely get into some issues, talk about some things. But if you've got questions, all you have to do is leave a comment. It could be about anything. Ask me anything. 14 days till. Hold on. 14 days till. Sort of as the more of these things that you do, the more and the more and the more you do, you start to realize like it takes a little while for people to join and get on and be connected and all of that jazz. And what's rad is that you just start doing like little prep things, like go live on this one first, let people join, and then you can transition to Instagram when the time is right. It's good advice for when you're running your live art shows because you can certainly take your time in the beginning and have something fun to do, have some opening remarks, ask people where they're from, because it takes people to get notified. If you haven't let everyone know that you're going to have a big live stream, it takes people a little while to figure it out. Like that's just how it goes. All right, so I've added the title. I'm also going live on Instagram. Let me get my little images up, and then live on all at the same time. Wonderful. All right, so now I'm live on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and YouTube at times two, all at the same time. Very, very cool. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you all had a wonderful week. The concept of this particular show, hence the background graphic or the below graphic on Instagram, is AMA, meaning you can ask me anything. Already started both. Join. If you're one of the ones on Instagram, what's up, Gretchen? Happy Friday. You can leave a comment on Instagram. And if I'm ranting, I will pin your comment, and that is how you will know that you are next in line. And Michael, I can't let you in because I'm streaming like 5 different places at once, and only you and I would be able to hear each other in here for Instagram, but no one will be able to see it on Facebook. You can ask me the next time if you come online now. Where was I going with all that? I know. So you can ask anything. If you're one of the ones watching on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, you can leave comments there. I will see them. I can bring them into the stream. And I'm happy to answer any and all comments. Had a super fun, we had the art business workshop earlier today. And what happens on these art business workshops is, you're dealing with people that don't necessarily know art storefronts all that well. They're not customers. And I'm really like pitching people and banging people over the head to run live art shows. And I totally ambushed this lady on the art business workshop. And I was like, you were running one this weekend. Who else in the group wants to put their email in the box, and we will keep you accountable? And a bunch of people threw their emails in the box. And then I had April, who was on the session with me, email the people in question. So it was just absolutely hilarious. It's an amazing thing. I realize, independent of everything else, and by the way, if you're just joining, this is an AMA. All you have to do is leave a question about anything you want. We'll be answering. I think Nick's going to join me in a minute. But independent of that, I realize really what we are at the end of the day, what Art Storefronts is, what is the secret sauce? We're just a trainer. We're just a trainer. That's it. And a trainer, why is my hat looking so sideways? A trainer can post their workouts, right? They could post their workouts online. And nobody's going to do the workouts. Okay, nobody's doing the workouts on their own. You're not doing the workout on your own. I'm not doing the workout on my own. And even if I was doing the workout on your own, or you were doing the workout on your own, the minute that we got tired, we would quit. There is no way we are ever going to push ourselves unless you just have some sort of crazy level of discipline that I don't even understand. But there is no way we are ever going to push ourselves individually as hard, okay, as we would if there was a trainer that we paid, that was keeping time, that was yelling at us, that was poking and prodding, and maybe we were in a group, so there was some competition. That's all we are. That's what Art Storefronts does at the end of the day. You're just hiring a trainer. They keep you accountable. They charge you money. They will tell you what your times are. and say, we need to get better. They'll say, this is looking good, but we need to improve here, right? They'll time you. They'll say, let's go, a couple more. And they just get you to go a little bit further than you'll ever go on your own. And I don't know about you guys. I definitely work out with the trainer. I have small kids. I don't have enough time to do it on my own all the time. And so I have to do it. Otherwise, I'll never maximize the sessions that I do have to actually like get a big enough workout. And that's what you all need. Every one of you has a marketing problem. Marketing problem's not going away. It will never go away. And unless you are one of the ones that is either really good at marketing, very few, or you're one of these crazies that has like an insane, immense, intense level of discipline such that, you will push through and fight through and just do it automatically. How are you going to get it done? How are you going to get it done? It's just too difficult to do. And it's especially too difficult to do when you're in the early phases and no one's given you the perspective of how long it takes to actually build an art business. And so you're trying, you run out of steam, and boom, you're done, right? You never would have pushed as hard as if you had a trainer yelling at you, saying, now is the time, get going, what are you doing? And all of those sorts of things. So that's what I would say. This is an AMA, so I'm answering questions. You can leave any question you want. What's up, Lulushi? What's up, Kim? So the first question of the day is by Dennis. What do I actually do to move my wealth of canvas prints in my studio? Man, Dennis, is this such a good problem to have? You need to have a live art show. You need to have a live art show immediately. If you look at any of our material, I have mentioned live art shows so many times, Dennis, I can't even begin to tell you. But you're actually, you're sort of a unique artist in the sense that you have a bunch of canvas prints in your studio that are ready to sell. That is a much better problem than most people have, because most people just have a hard drive full of 2D images. They don't have the physical asset, right? Like, this is what you're selling, guys. It's real. People can visualize it on their wall. They can covet it. They can say, I want that. They can know it's going to come in the mail. A 2D image just does not do that. It does not do that. That's why you need to have the real thing. So you, Dennis, you already have the real thing ready to go. All you have to do is turn the camera on, say you're having a sale, show a couple of the pieces, email your list, and get on with it. That's an easy thing to do. And say it's a clearing out the studio sale, right? Like it resounds with people like it's a garage sale, like they queue into it, and you'll get fantastic results. You'll get fantastic results doing that. So that's a very good question. 14 days still, too, by the way. 14 days till the start of the greatest time of the year, the fourth quarter. The single solitary best time to be in the art and photography sales game that exists all year long. It's not even close, and it's coming. And anybody that's been watching us for any period of time are like, can you just get onto a new topic, please? You've been saying this nonstop, and I'm going to continue saying it nonstop until it's over. That's how it works. That's the only way human beings learn sometimes, is through repetitive banging of the drum that you got to get your act together because Q4 is coming. The biggest art and photography selling time of the year. Not even close. In many cases, more art, more photography will be sold in one quarter, 1 3-month period of the year than the other 9 months combined for a lot of people. And that's staggering but true. So the difference between those that make it and don't make it in Q4, the very bottom level bar, are those that just show up. If you just show up and do some marketing, you will win. It's that simple. Do some marketing, have some sales. It's that simple. So 14 days, and you're good to go. All right, so Dennis, you're asking me where to air it. Live streaming on Facebook. You're obviously active on Facebook. You have a decent following on Facebook. After that, you email it to your list, and that's it. And literally just, Dennis, go to YouTube and search the art storefronts, or just stay on Facebook and go and look at any art business morning show and just look through the titles that say how to run a live art show. They're there already. They're ready to go. You can check them out and you can see them. And that'll fundamentally change the game for you. Very, very easy thing to do. Nervous to fired up. Okay, nervous to fired up. And this dovetails with Dennis's question, because we just finished one of the biggest contests we've ever run as a company for our customers. And the contest was very simple. We have 5,500 customers, and it went out to all of them. All they had to do, and they had a month to do it, was run one live art show. Just one. Just run one. After it was done, they had to post it in a post in Small Wins. Small Wins is like our private Facebook group for customers. And I have all of their comments all the good comments that I like plucked all the comments out. And do you know what the crazy theme was? That's why I got nervous to fired up. Person after person after person that had never run a live art show before. Okay. Person after person after person was like, I was so nervous. I was terrified. It was nerve wracking. I was so scared. I was so nervous. And yep, see, Gretchen saying it. It was a hoot. And I ran my first one, and it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. Sean Prucker, doesn't matter if your artwork is 3D. It does not matter at all. You can still sell that all day long. You can still run a live art show with the 3D work. In many ways, it's like as interesting as art, if not more so. Regular wall art, because it has an extra dimension. So it absolutely works for that. But anyway, the point is, if you've never run one before, and Dennis, this is for you, Sean, for you, if you run one, you're terrified, you're nervous, and then at the end of it, you're like, it's kind of fun. And there was one gal, Gretchen, I don't know if you saw this, but there was one gal in the post, and she posted her live art show, and she did the phone orientation wrong. And so Instagram is vertical, right? And she held the phone sideways. So her video was sideways on the Instagram thing, and she still posted it. And do you know what? I love that, because how the heck else are you going to learn, right? And after you've made a bonehead mistake that big, you're going to just laugh at yourself. You're going to be like, what do I care? I mean, that's hilarious. Anyone that was actually live at that point in time and saw that thought that was hilarious too. And, someone might even have bought some art just because they thought it was so hilarious, right? Like, here I am sideways trying to sell my art. So that's what the nervous to fired up is. And for those that are just joining, this is an AMA. You can ask me anything, any question about anything, art marketing related, whatever, any and all of the above. And I think our CEO, Nick's going to join us in a minute. We'll talk about some other themes. But as we roll along, I'll come with the questions. Roland's asking, what does this cost? What does what cost, Roland? We're talking about live art shows. Are you talking about what does art storefronts cost? I can get into that too if that's what you're asking. So let me know if that's what your follow-up is, Roland, and then hold on. Nick wants to join me, so view this request. Send request. That's done. I got to add him to the stream. Just bear with me here. Like I said, I'm grabbing Nick in. All right. Will you remember to turn your? You like how I don't even wait for you? I just start now. I just start now. I don't even care. Will you turn your computer speakers all the way down? Okay. I'm gonna add you in now. I'm gonna put you on that side. Oh, there we go. Wonderful. Okay, so
hey, everybody.
I just got started. What have we been talking about? We've been talking about live art shows. We've been talking about the fact that there are 16 days till. We are talking about nervous to fired up, which I went over, which is sort of a theme that I've seen like time and time again from like, oh my God, I'm going to run my first one. I'm so terrified. And then actually it was kind of fun. And then stacking wins I haven't gotten into, but that's as far as I've gotten. But don't assume everyone knows you. Intro yourself. Remember, you're on both.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hey guys, I'm Nick Friend. I'm CEO and owner of Art Storefronts. Good to see you all.
See, there we go. And this is us eating our own dog food. What do we tell people? What do we tell people to do all the time? Go live. What are we doing right now?
Live.
Why? Because your art business, okay, your photography business, every single solitary one of them, you can just think of it as an art gallery inside of a mall, okay? And inside the mall, your store can be open or it can be closed. If it's closed, no one's coming into the store, Nick. No one's buying anything. If the doors are open, people can potentially come in. And do you know why people lease spaces in the mall? To be able to profit from the serendipity of a bunch of people being in the mall for a bunch of random reasons. I'm going to go meet Nick for lunch. Right. I'm going to go meet Nick for lunch. I got to go buy a shirt for a wedding this weekend. I gotta go return a pair of shoes. And guess what? Facebook and Instagram are the mall. And when you go live, all you're doing is opening your door to the mall. Now, you and I are live. All we're doing is opening up the art storefronts doors to the mall. And guess what? Turns out we're right next to the Apple Store. And we're right next to people watching cat videos, right? And we're right next to people checking up on what's going on this weekend. And people are coming in. And that's it.
Yeah, it's the same thing in like commercial real estate. They call it like an anchor tenant. You know, like when you get like Whole Foods or somebody, like you got to get that anchor tenant there. And then when that happens, all sorts of businesses literally launch just because of the foot traffic that's there, right? So when you think about online, it's like you're not the reason that somebody is going on Facebook or Instagram, right? Or YouTube or any other platform. You're not the reason. They're going on for something else, but there's another anchor tenant there, so to speak. But you have the ability to go live and open up your store, right? And interact with people and show them your products and stuff like that while they're there.
Yep. And this is a good question, and I like it. So Roland's just getting started. He said he's about 60, and he's just starting, and he's getting some good reaction. What is the best way to sell it? When you get the good reaction, Roland, ask for the credit card. Ask for the credit card right then and there. If I'm coming up to you, Roland, and I'm like, wow, your pieces are really cool, you should sell them. Say, no problem, make me an offer. How much are you pay for this one? And then shut up. See what happens. Immediately ask for the sale. If somebody sells you, your art is amazing, this is beautiful, say, no problem, which one do you want to buy? And then shut up and see what they say. And then say, well, what are you charging for it? And don't even say anything. Just say, make me an offer. I like you, I want to move it. And see what they're willing to offer. And if it sells, then you go from having, is my art good enough problem, to having a marketing problem like all the rest of us. Welcome to the club.
Exactly. That is exactly right.
Yeah, don't worry about what you need to charge, Roland. All you need to do is just say, make me an offer. Make me an offer.
Another way. Yeah. So that's one way that's a really good way of doing it. Right. And another way that I've answered that question is, what is the minimum price that you are willing to accept for that piece? What is the lowest for the hours that you put in? Assign yourself an hourly rate or something. Or even if it's just your first piece, you're like, you know what? If I could sell it for $250 or $200, I'll be happy, right? Don't worry on your first piece or two about, making a ton of profit. Just get the validation, right? And then you can go from there, So sell the piece, then make another one, and then sell it for more, right? And now you're starting to go, but you're getting traction. You're getting validation. And most people don't have that. But it's that simple. It's not hard. You don't need to complicate it. You just get the order, right? You just get the order. And if a guy's like, I don't want to pay $250, I'll do $199, then it's up to you to say yes or no. But start with your minimum. And another thing that I would usually say too is that if your minimum, let's just say your minimum was $250, what I would say is like, I'm thinking about, I'm probably going to be pricing these at around $499 or $500, but I'll give it to you for $250 for half off if you'll take it today.
Yep.
Right. And so they feel like they're getting a great deal. Like when I launch my website and when I do all this, I'm going to be selling them for $500. If you want to take one today, I'll give it to you for $250. How does that sound? And they might be like, no, I'll do it for $200. Cool. There you go. Yep. Simple. We just gave you the whole playbook for how to do it. You got two different ways.
Yep. All right. So Bob's asking, new to ASF, how do I do a live art show? So we have a marketing vault, and we have this thing called the Art Business University where all the playbooks live. Bob, you just go in there and you find it. You got step by step. And then Pamela's quickly asking how long. Don't say a live auction, Pamela, because it's not an auction. It's not 45. It's just a live art show, and it lasts as long as you want it to. There's absolutely no rules on how long it needs to go. It can be short, it can be long, it can be in between. You could run the same one 5 days in a row. All that matters is that you do what, Nick? You ship it.
You ship it. Yeah, and by the way, are you able to show your screen and show like Art Business University and where this live art show playbook is? Might as well pull it up.
Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah, so Instagram, we're gonna show this on Facebook Live right now. If you have an interest in jumping over there, you can, or just stay on. But yeah, this is really cool, and then you can see exactly where it is. And what's amazing is what is it now? I always ask this. It's like I can't keep track of the versions, but it's like version 3.0 or version 4.0 of the live art show.
Yeah, no, it's 3.0. Why is my thing not working? I thought you were looking at it.
It's 3.0. So we've already had multiple iterations on the tactical, the strategy for how to do it. And when I say the tactical and the strategy, guys, the running the actual show is just one small piece of the tactical of like, all of the marketing that is done to have a successful live art show. It's the pre-marketing, it's the actual show execution, it's the post-marketing. There's a whole strategy there. So yeah, Patrick's showing it right now. Go ahead.
He's coming over. Bob's bouncing over to Facebook, so I figure out a way for him in a second.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, yeah, you come in here, you log in. It's the same login as your Bob, it's the same login as your Art Storefronts one, so you don't need any other passwords or anything. It's just the same thing, you know. And you can come in here, and the whole thing is step by step. Every single solitary video, all of it. I'm not logged in, so I can't show the step by steps, but curriculum, what to do in the beginning, housekeeping, setting up the sales page, how to set up your web page, how to ship the art, how to tease your audience, tease examples, how to announce the show, announcement examples, treating your collectors, a collector announcement, what to do before and on the day of the show, the live show, what to do after the show is over, and then after the show. And after the party is the after party.
I mean, that is a comprehensive playbook.
That's how we do them.
It's been a while since I've looked at all of that detail, but I was like, wow, like that's a lot of detail, a lot of courses there, you know, within the course. Or what do you call them? What are they? Lessons, right?
Yeah.
Playbooks or instructions.
Yeah, Bob, and it should be under the marketing tab, or you can just type Art Business University, all one word, into a browser and log in that way too.
Exactly. artbusinessuniversity.com.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. So, okay, you know, by the way, we should say, what did we do today? What did we do today at Art Storefronts?
Yep. Had the Q4 warm-up workshop.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, Q4, right? It's the fourth quarter, October, November, December. It's the biggest art selling time of the year. We talk about this over and over and over. Gonna say it again, Have to, because it's the most important thing that we can get our members, the artists and photographers, doing. Most important thing, right? The vast majority of you know, your sales, it could be 40, 50, it could be even 60, 70%, can be done in the fourth quarter. And so what we did today is a big, we call it a Q4 like kickoff, where we do a big presentation, all the various people in the company, the marketing department, you know, in the software department, all of that. So everybody knows, you know, what's coming up and what they're going to need to do from a marketing standpoint, you know, a lot of the different, you know, things that are going to happen in October, November, December. So you've got the bird's eye view before you get into all of the detail. All the like fulfillment products and new features that you're going to want to use, because there's quite a few things going on there. We released the order bump feature. We've got, you know, like the amount of fulfillment items that we have now is starting to get staggering, Pat. It's like I can't even recite the list, right? But there's Christmas ornaments. You know, there's like all these other, do you remember any of these other ones? There's a whole bunch here that were just added or are being added actually right now to the regular, you know, batch of them.
Yeah, I thought Gretchen, you need to go back and rewatch it. It was really good. There's new features in there too. I really like the calendar that you can start on whatever day you want.
Yeah. Oh, that is such an amazing thing. You can't get it anywhere. It's a dynamic, I call it a dynamic calendar, right?
Yeah.
And so that, like, normally you guys, so calendars are big sellers in the holidays. They are historically big sellers from Art Storefronts customers, right? Normally, like years ago, they had to buy them themselves. Now we have automated fulfillment calendars, right? Where you can, you know, pick the images that go in the calendar, and then what we're talking about now is by the dynamic aspect of it is the dates, right? So normally when you have to think about this. Normally, if you went and you wanted to sell calendars, you'd have to buy those calendars, okay? And what normally everybody does is it's like, here's the 2022 calendar, and it's for the dates of, you know, January through December of 2022. Well, once
and you have to pre-order a bunch, and you better sell them because it's a ticking time bomb.
That's
right. Hey, can I sell you a calendar with 6 months of the 12 left? Like, who wants that?
Exactly. And you know what happens a lot of the time is that if you end up with unsold calendars, that eats into the profit, and then you look back at all the calendars you sold, and you're like, maybe I shouldn't have done this. I didn't you know, with these ones here that I'm this leftover inventory to make any money. So the print on demand
it is fundamentally why print on demand. So like, you know, I was in our business workshop earlier today, okay, and you've been on these things. If you guys don't know what they are, they're 3 times weekly workshops. You can join one, but it's a Zoom call with a bunch of people in it, and it's always so cool, right? Because everyone's got their video on, and you get to see into their little world. And I see this guy's clearly in a car, right? And he's clearly in a car where the back of it is like all stacked up with like stuff, right? Like all the way to the back. And he's a photographer that's just traveling in the United States, going from spot to spot to spot to spot to spot, shooting the national parks. I didn't know what else he was doing. I didn't ask him. And his genuine question to me was like, I plan on being on the road for the next 2 to 3 years. Can you explain to me the fundamentals of how POD works? And can I run this thing from my car and coffee shops on the road. And I sat there and I was like, dude, this isn't even like 5 year ago 4 hour work week bullshit. You can do it.
Oh, you can.
You can do it.
100%.
You do not,
and it's not even hard.
It's not even hard. It's not
even hard.
No physical inventory. You don't have to be involved in any shipping, ever do any shipping. You don't even have to be involved in any of the order correspondence or emails. Your system automates all of it. And so too with calendars. Could you imagine 10 years ago trying to get into calendars? I mean, if you didn't sell those things, you could completely lose your entire year. Year, or any of the rest of the merch. You don't have to do any of it anymore.
Totally.
That's insane. That's insane.
It really is.
It's not hyperbole anymore. Like it is another reason why fundamentally this is one of the best times it's ever existed in history or at all to be a photographer and artist trying to make it.
I totally agree. We are going through an incredible time. It's like I've been in the art industry for 20 plus years, right? Like this is such a fundamental shift that's happening. And you know what's going to happen is 10 years from now, 20 years from now, like people are going to look back and we're going to have to tell stories, you know? We're going to have to tell stories like, do you know how it used to be? Like, you know, like people are going to be coming out of college, like starting art businesses and photography businesses, and they're going to be able to make it, and they're going to be able to travel and do what they want to do and work on their craft. And it's going to seem like, hey, wasn't it always this way? No, it was not always this way.
No, it was hard, way hard.
Pre-automated fulfillment, a lot of different things, right? I mean, you could go down the list, and just an amazing time that we live in, and it's so awesome. And that's why, you know, everybody who is at, you know, if you decided to, you know, build your own website and get your own traffic and do your own marketing, run a direct business, not an indirect business where you're dependent upon third parties, right? Like galleries, and whether they're online or offline. Remember, the Fine Art America, Saatchi Art, all of them, they're just galleries. They just happen to be online. And there's nothing wrong with any of them, so long as they are getting you sales, right? With their own marketing efforts and their own traffic, not yours. Because oftentimes they're just SEOing your name, search engine optimizing your name. And then anytime you hand out a business card and then somebody goes to Google, oh, hey, I met that guy, you know, Jeff, that photographer last weekend. I want to go and check out his art and go buy it from him. And then they type it into Google and they find the link to one of these other websites, and then they go and they buy it there. And you don't get the customer information, they do, and they get it off of your name and your back. It's terrible. Yeah. It's terrible. You got to make sure that is not happening, right? And that's what's happening to most people.
You have 8 minutes, I believe. So fire away what remarks you got to fire away. I just wanted to make you aware you have 8 minutes.
Well, I think we've got to repeat the obvious, which is just to get, you know, because you never know who's on here, to, you know, on a Friday afternoon listening to us, but Q4. Gretchen, Kim, I see you guys on here. Ronald, a lot of Art Storefronts members on here. You guys, this is going to be a big Q4. You're gonna read about it. It's gonna, you know, the numbers are going to be massive and all of that stuff. But take this one seriously, right? Like, do the work and you know, go live as much as possible. You know, just do it. Put it in there. And I want to see you guys, you know, at the end of December, just going, woo, wow, that was a lot. But I ran through that finish line. Like, and when, you know, that's what you have to do. You got to just mentally get ready and understand that this is the time to put in the effort and just plan it out. And just, you know, when you get a thought about, you know, doing something extra, do that extra thing. This is the time. Like, Pat, we talk about this all the time because we have these times in our own business at Art Storefronts when, you know, when like the ROI, the return on investment on your time is just way higher, you know? And when you're in one of those times, it's worth it for everybody on the team to put in an extra effort on nights and weekends, because we might get a little extra attention, you know? We might get like, you know, some things that wouldn't happen at any other time. So, and it's because the ROI on our time is higher. And so the fourth quarter is when the ROI on your time, you guys, is the highest. So get your website up if it's not up, you know, and get all the items and the features ready to go, and then get on your marketing, because the only way you're going to do well is if you actually do the marketing. And the marketing doesn't start on Black Friday. It starts way before. It starts in like 2 weeks, right? So you got to get going. You got to get going. We should say too that, I mean, I know it's a it's a little bit early, but there's about what? There's basically about 2 weeks left in the month. Actually, a little less than 2 weeks. And so our pre Q4 special is expiring at the end of the month. We've got a special. It's a little different this time around, and but it's expiring at the end of the month. And if you are one of those people who's looking to improve your website, get it up, and and have a great Q4, request a demo. Right? There's a link in the bio, link in the post, and all of that. And one of our team members will reach out to you and see if you're a good fit and take you through everything that we do, show you all the pricing and options and all of that stuff. Your next step is to request a demo if you want to learn more.
Also, we're having a couple of group ones tomorrow, Saturday. I got to get.
Oh, that's right.
Let me get the times on those so you keep talking on.
Oh yeah, and by the way, if you're listening to this right now and you want to, request a demo, drop a comment and just let us know. Pat, what do they need to drop? Just anything, and we can pass them over. Yeah, let us know if you want to see a demo. And if you've put in a demo request before, then we'll have your phone number and we'll have somebody reach out to you. Otherwise, give us a way to contact you, and you can just drop a comment as well.
Well, Wesley's on here. Wesley, I sent you leads yesterday, or a lead. I should have anyway. Yeah, so it looks like tomorrow there's group demos at 11 a.m. Central, 2 p.m. Central. And those are just Zoom calls where you can get on, see all the bells, see all the whistles, get any and all questions answered. Should be really solid sessions.
Yeah, that's awesome.
In addition to that, any closing remarks? It's Friday.
Nope. Yeah, everybody enjoy the weekend. And in fact, enjoy this weekend, enjoy next weekend. Enjoy a couple of weekends here to get mentally prepared for what you're about to do.
Yeah,
it's a really good philosophy. Like know what you're gonna have to do, and enjoy these couple of weekends here, and then let's get after it, guys. Let's get after it. For the Art Storefronts members, we're gonna be hitting it hard in all of the workshops every week, guiding you through everything. Participate, listen to the wins, listen to the learnings that are happening in the community, so that you're able to just move quickly and try stuff that's working. Oh, let me tell you this real quick before we go. Do you know what we're trying? You know what I'm trying with Brandon, with one of our tests, right? Because we're always selling art and trying different things, right? We're doing a limited edition coasters test. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, and it's a collage. It's a collage of a couple of great musicians, right? And we're gonna sell. I think we're gonna offer like 50 of them for the price point is going to be determined, but 50 sets of coasters, and they're going to be like $45 or $49. They're not signed, they're not numbered. There's just 50, and we go after it because what we're trying to do here is we want to test a price point with this artist with a special item. This artist normally sells originals and limited editions and some open editions, but we want to try a merchandise item that's really cool that has this lower price point because they have a lot of people following them and that are on their email list that are sort of in that price point demographic, we feel. And so we want to give a shot. But what what happens when you multiply 50 times essentially $50, it's $2,500, right? And so we feel like we might be able to sell $2,500 of coasters for this artist by having an exclusive item like this in a couple of days. It's only 50. It's only 50. And you know what? What's funny? I'm a customer. I'm going to buy one because I want one of these. It's like I live in Austin. It's the perfect. These musicians are the perfect ones to have in my bar at home, right? And I'm buying them.
With that guy putting all of his musicians in a coaster set is the biggest no-brainer in the history of no-brainers.
Oh, but how many people could do that? No, this is so. It's not individual.
No, but I'm just saying on top of what you're doing, it just made me think of it. Why wouldn't you want a coaster set painted by someone of a bunch of killer rock stars that you love? That's awesome.
Yeah. And by coasters, I'm talking about these guys, right? Merchandising, right? So that's gonna be a real cool test. But this is the type of stuff that we've got to figure out, and we're going to figure out, and they will be great additions to some of this Q4 strategy, right? Some unique things that you can do. So when you're coming out, and you're doing different marketing things in our playbook every day, or every other day, whatever you're doing, that you realize how many ways that you can change it up. There are so many ways that you could change it up. One day could be ornaments, and then the next day metal prints, and then you go over to limited edition, coasters, and then sometimes it's only 5, and maybe they're $100, and then another time it's 50, and then with quantities and with different items, the way that you can create so much fun, so many fun collector items for your customers, and people love to collect. You want to know the craze that's behind the NFTs? It's collecting. It's collecting. People like to collect. There's just something to it. So if you make collector's items, like, they tend to work very well.
Yeah, they do.
All right, I gotta jump.
Yep. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. We're gonna do one of these tomorrow, right?
We'll be on tomorrow. We'll see you guys in the morning.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Wow.